Hello guys, and welcome to another video. In this video I would like to give you an introduction about who I am and why I've decided to make these videos. Now, there is not a lot of information out there available on prosthetics that is free and educational, and I've always felt that information should be free and it should be shared with the wider world. I was diagnosed at the age of 6 years old with Ewing sarcoma in my left lower leg, and after receiving a year of chemotherapy, it was decided that the only solution would be to amputate my leg below the knee. Now, I cannot really remember a time when I had two legs, to be perfectly honest, and I thus grew up as an amputee. When I was younger, from 6 till 21, I was very concerned about just blending in with all the other kids, and I didn't really want to stand out. With my prosthesis, I wanted it to look exactly like my other leg. And this was something that in that day and age wasn't very possible, especially if you didn't have a lot of money. Luckily, these days things have changed and there is more options available if you do want something that is more cosmetically pleasing. At the age of 18, I decided to study medical orthotics and prosthetics, as my prosthetist, Mike Barkley from George, told me that I would make a good prosthetist and that I would have good insight into what patients need and thus establish a good relationship and could have a good job from that. I studied at Pretoria Technikon, who was later renamed Tshwane University of Technology, where I graduated with a diploma in medical orthotics and prosthetics. I then worked a year in Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur University Hospital, where I, after 3 months of working there, also became the manager of Kuala Lumpur University Hospital Orthotics and Prosthetics Department. After my year was up in Malaysia, I had to return to South Africa to do my 1-year government service. This I did at Conradie in Pinelands in Cape Town, South Africa. I then took the decision to move to Saudi Arabia, where I worked for Sultan bin Abdulaziz humanitarian city in Riyadh. There I worked with two German prosthetists, namely Sofian Tebi and Makram Tebi, and me and Sofian Tebi especially got along very well, and I learned a lot from him as a prosthetist. Now, Sofian is mainly an orthotist, but he taught me a lot of things, a lot of insights that I didn't necessarily learn in university. After my 3 years in Saudi, I moved back to South Africa, where I did my bachelor's in medical orthotics and prosthetics, and I also joined one of my university friends, Christian de Toy, and we formed a company called De Toy and Kriel Incorporated, his surname and my surname, for that year. And that taught me a lot about business and the other side of prosthetics that people out there don't always see. It was quite a small practice in a small town, and we did reasonably well. This all took place in 2012. In that year, I graduated cum laude at Tshwane University of Technology with my bachelor's in medical prosthetics and orthotics. After that, in 2013, I went to the United Kingdom, to Manchester, where I worked as the clinical lead prosthetist for the second biggest rehab facility in the United Kingdom. After that year, I returned to South Africa, to Cape Town, where I joined Jason Chin with Jason Chin and Associates, where I was the lead prosthetist, and I had a lot of patients at that time. about 2 years ago in 2016, I joined the Chin and Partners as an associate and later became a partner in our new practice called Chin and Partners. Currently, we are one of the biggest practices in South Africa and definitely in Cape Town, with a lot of Prosthetist Orthodox. We are quite a big firm and we have a lot of practices. What I currently do within the company is I manage the workshop on a more technical level. I also manage the social media, as you can see, and I also manage the prosthetics. This is aside from all the patients that I see on a day-to-day basis. I mainly deal with the higher end patients, as I'm certified in everything there is to be certified on, and I deal with the more complex cases that the other prosthetists can't always deal with. So that's a brief history about myself, what I do for a living. Some of the things I do in my spare time is I did quite a lot of things. I did some kite surfing, I did some Krav Maga, which is like Israeli martial arts, and I've always been very active. In high school, for example, when I was 15 years old, I was elected for the first hockey team, which is normally 18-year-olds, 17, 18-year-olds, and I've always been very active and participated in sports. And I feel as an amputee, you should be able to do the same. These days, I'm obviously very busy with work, social media. I'm also a very religious Orthodox Jew, and I started my conversion in Orthodox Judaism in 2012, and I finished last year. Obviously, as a religious Jew, we are quite busy with prayers and studying and stuff like that. So that keeps me fairly busy. The reason I created this channel and the reason I'm giving out this information is, like I said, I have not found someone that is giving out information about orthotics and prosthetics that is free and impartial. Mostly it is to promote a brand, a certain brand or certain practice. Obviously I'm a partner in Chin and Partners, so I'm not completely independent. But as you will see from this videos, we are not trying to get more patients from this educational videos, but we are trying to put information out there for other amputees all out throughout the world that they can use and that would benefit the industry as a whole and all the people out there with amputations and disabilities. So I hope you enjoy this channel. I hope you would subscribe, like the videos. Please write comments on other videos that you would like me to do in future, and let's see where this goes. I hope you will continue to be blessed in everything that you do. May you have a great week ahead. Shavua Tov.